In baseball history, there have been 20,377 Major League Baseball players. The majority certainly lies in people who haven't played in the big leagues. So, what about all of those players who never made it to professional baseball? Sure, the majority of those guys are Joe Schmoes from your high school team that are probably now taking slow pitch softball way too seriously. But within the group of players that never were, there are some big names from Super Bowl champions and country music stars to blockbuster actors and wrestlers. So, who are the best almost baseball players? Hey guys, it's Jordan. If you like what you're seeing in this video today, hit that subscribe button to keep up with everything Start Raving Sports. Let's get into it. We're going to start off with a very well-known almost baseball player. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray has a long history with America's pastime. It starts back in high school for Murray when he was the first player to ever be selected to both the Under Armour All-America baseball game and Under Armour All-America football game. He was looked at as a top high school prospect in the 2015 MLB draft, but opted out as he elected to attend Texas A&M as a two-sport athlete. Murray never appeared in a baseball game for the Aggies due to his transfer to Oklahoma. Murray played 2 seasons for the Sooners. Despite his expected intention to pursue football, the Oakland A's selected Murray with the 9th overall pick in the 2018 draft. He planned to report to spring training in 2019, but after winning the Heisman Trophy that fall, he shifted fully to football. Baseball isn't completely out of the question for Murray, but it's unlikely. The Arizona Cardinals have built in a baseball clause to his contract to essentially void it if Murray picks up a bat. The quarterback has said he'd love to play both sports, so maybe someday.
I would love to. I would love to. I think that'd be good for. Everybody.
Maybe do both.
Yeah.
He might just be the saving grace for the Oakland Athletics. How about a well-known actor who is not as well-known as a baseball player? Before I get into it, I want to tell you about the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports, Underdog Fantasy. Your fantasy baseball team already toast? Well, put on your rally cap and get back in the action. Right now, until July 14th, you can draft a brand new team for the second half of the season with Underdog's 7th inning stretch. All you have to do is draft your team. No lineup setting, no trades, no waivers. It's never been easier to play fantasy sports with Underdog's slick mobile app and user-friendly website. Getting started is simple. Use code SRS to receive 100%, yes, 100% deposit match for up to $100. Still looking for a more day-to-day fantasy game? Underdog is also the best place to play fantasy pick'ems. Find your favorite players and simply choose higher or lower. Choose between 2 and 5 player stats to win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog's pick'ems are available in 30 US states, so check if yours is to participate in their contests. Simply download the mobile app or visit underdogfantasy.com. Again, get started today with code SRS to receive 100% deposit match for up to $100. Play the best fantasy sports with Underdog Fantasy. Kurt Russell has been an actor for nearly his entire life, but his acting start actually came from baseball. Russell auditioned for a film called Safe at Home when he was just 11. Why? He got the chance to meet Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. His love for baseball led him to playing through his entire childhood while also pursuing acting. By his early 20s, Russell wasn't just getting attention for his acting skills, but skills on the diamond as well. Several teams, including the Angels, Cardinals, Giants, and Twins, were interested. Russell signed his first baseball contract to the Northwest League in 1971. He made the All-Star team in 2 years straight. He moved up to Double-A El Paso in '73, but his promotions would end there. A collision at second base led to a torn rotator cuff that ended his season. Russell played a couple more seasons in the Northwest League, but decided to hang up the cleats and focus on acting.
But I was already on my way. I got hurt that night that I got told I was going to Salt Lake for a week, and then I was going to go to the big club.
There are plenty of what-ifs for Russell's baseball and acting careers in his story, but we'll never know what he would have been if he made it all the way. You might be familiar with Russell's nephew, Matt Franco, who did reach the majors and even played in a World Series, so that's pretty cool. Patrick Mahomes is up next. Patrick's father was a big league player for 11 seasons as a relief pitcher. Mahomes had more baseball influence in his life from godfather LaTroy Hawkins. Given his upbringing around Major League Baseball, Mahomes played growing up. At 14 years old, Mahomes was the runner-up in the Junior League World Series. He was a 3-sport athlete in high school, also playing basketball. Mahomes sat mid-90s on the mound at just 17 years old. He threw a no-hitter where he struck out 16 batters his senior year. Mahomes was drafted in the 37th round of the 2014 draft by the Detroit Tigers. He went to Texas Tech to play football, but mixed in some time on the diamond too, making 3 appearances with the baseball team. Obviously, Mahomes put baseball to the side and went all in football. 2 Super Bowl wins later, Mahomes is one of the greats of his generation. As a Bronco fan, that really hurts to say, but I can't deny it. It does make you wonder if he would have found the same success in professional baseball. Another almost player didn't quite find success in baseball. Country music icon Garth Brooks appeared on multiple professional teams in the early 2000s. As every avid baseball fan does, Brooks wanted to be a pro. The dream came true when he was signed to a minor league contract by the San Diego Padres in 1999. He was invited to spring training and went 1 for 22 at the plate. Hey, at least he got 1 hit, better than I would have done. Brooks went to spring training 3 more times, in 2000 with the New York Mets, in 2004 with the Kansas City Royals. Then, for the final time in 2019 at the age of 57 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He did not see any game action that year and was just there to celebrate the 20th anniversary of his Garth Brooks Teammates for Kids Foundation. While Garth only recorded 2 hits in his professional career, he's raised over $100 million with his charity. And man, does he make some good country music. Shout out to my mom, who's a big Garth Brooks fan. One of the most famous actors of all time also had a brief stint in baseball. George Clooney was invited to the Cincinnati Reds team facilities for a tryout when he was 16 years old. Growing up in Cincinnati, the shot at playing for his hometown team was a big deal for Clooney. Playing professional baseball was his only career plan at the time, but his tryouts didn't quite go as planned, and his baseball career would end after high school.
I got there and played against, I was 16, playing against 21-year-olds who were a lot bigger and a lot stronger than I was, and I realized that I was never going to be a professional baseball player. It was a big shock when, by the time I was 18, I had to rethink my career.
Clooney then just happened to stumble upon a career in acting. I think we're all glad he did. Let's take a look at another Super Bowl champion, Russell Wilson. The quarterback is another athlete who excelled in multiple sports growing up, including baseball. Wilson was drafted out of high school in 2007 by the Baltimore Orioles in the 41st round. While he considered signing, he decided to go to NC State to play football and baseball. He had a solid 3-season career with the Wolfpack and was selected in the MLB draft again, this time by the Colorado Rockies in the 4th round. He went on to play 2 seasons in the Rockies organization. After grad transferring to Wisconsin, Wilson announced he would not report to spring training in 2012. His shift to football didn't end his time in baseball. The Texas Rangers claimed him in the 2013 Rule 5 draft, and he worked out at spring training in 2014 and 2015, but never appeared in a game. Baseball was put on hold for a few years, but Wilson fulfilled a childhood dream and promised to his father in 2018 to play for the New York Yankees. Wilson suited up for just 1 game, but it was enough for him. The Yankees still hold his player rights, and unless he's traded to the Rockies, it's pretty safe to say Wilson's professional baseball career is over. I'm not even going to talk about Wilson's football career at this point. It's just too painful for me. Let's ride.
Professional baseball was the first endeavor that I encountered, and I did it rather well.
Randy Poffo, better known as Randy the Macho Man Savage, one of the best and most known wrestlers of all time, was a baseball player before anything else. He began his minor league career at 18 years old in the Gulf Coast League. Poffo played 2 seasons there with the GCL Cardinals as a combination catcher and outfielder. Poffo's numbers were solid for a young player in the minors. He played parts of his 3rd season with the Cardinals Single-A affiliate. He moved away from the Cardinals organization in 1974 and played the season with the Reds Single-A affiliate. It was another strong season for Poffo, but it would be his last. He began wrestling full-time in 1975, and in the blink of an eye, the Macho Man was a household name. Plenty of what-ifs exist here for Savage too. He certainly would have been a menace on a winning team and one of the best characters in baseball had he continued on that path. I've got a couple more quick ones for you. One of the New York Yankees' biggest fans, Billy Crystal, got to play out his biggest dream. Crystal ran into Derek Jeter at a resort in Costa Rica, and they got to talking about his upcoming 60th birthday. Crystal would take 1 at-bat in a spring training game and throw the team a party afterwards. Jeter loved it. Crystal hit leadoff for the Yanks, and although he didn't get on base, he received a standing ovation from all 10,000 fans. He calls it the best moment of his career. Next up, Stanley Burrell, better known as rap legend MC Hammer. Ever wondered where that nickname came from? Baseball.
Ball game, the American League on top, and Hammer hammers, and he's going to get one. Goodbye home run! MC Hammer.
Hammer spent time as a bat boy for the Oakland Athletics as a young boy. It was all-time great hammering Hank Aaron who passed along his nickname to Burrell. Aaron and the team thought Burrell looked like a young version of him, so they called him Little Hammer. As he entered the music industry, he decided on MC Hammer. Hammer's ties to the A's go deeper too. As the front office grew thin, he was named executive vice president for his help in answering phones in the owner's box. So, I guess Hammer wasn't ever much of a potential player, but he's still an athletics legend. There's countless more celebrities and athletes who have some baseball talent. We see it with first pitches and guest batting practice appearances often. But all of the guys in this video really were almost baseball players. So, what if they were? We'll never know.